What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Trench in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray. This is Dope Living TV Live. Let me start by saying the views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Having said that, I ain't said that in a week either, man. It's great to be back. Today is Talk About It Thursday. Let's talk about it Thursday. Get some stuff, get some shiznit off of our chiznesses, and let's just talk about it. What's up, Mo?
What's up, man?
What's going on, bro?
Oh, I'm good. How you doing, man?
I'm all right. So I've been transparent, basically, man. You know, everybody know I had an accident, had my jaw wired and all this other junk and stuff. So it's the first time in a long time I haven't had a mask on.
Oh, and people ask me, okay.
So part of that was because my face was kind of swollen. I'm vain, and then I knocked a couple of teeth out, but we good. The face went down, and I had a talk with my good friend Cyrus Jenkins. You remember Cyrus?
Yeah, what's up with him?
I was doing a live a couple of weeks ago, and Cyrus told me to give him a call. And he told me, he also went through a situation, and he told me everything dealing with it. He said, you just got to roll with it. So I'm rolling with it. But that's not what's on my mind, Mo.
What's on your mind, bro?
Man. So, and I'm going to say this without implicating anybody, but I just want everybody to know. Yeah, it's one of them. So we here at Dope Living TV Live, we support everybody, good, bad, or indifferent. We do support everybody. Now, we may not publicly and outwardly support everybody. So because we don't respond like you want us to respond, don't get mad, because anybody who knows any of us knows that we support, but we have to support. Number one, we each got brands, and we have to understand what your platform is about, and if it's something that could be counterproductive with our brand, because we don't subscribe to everything, but we support everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, does that make sense? What's up, Gina?
Makes sense. Hey, makes sense to me.
Makes sense to me.
We support everybody. Everybody we support, but we just can't talk about it. Talk about your stuff to everybody. But if you need us in a certain way, we will be there. All right. But never, ever am I going to support anybody who, because I don't do what you want me to do, or I don't act like you want me to act, or I don't say what you want me to say, or respond like you want me to respond, never am I going to. That's when it's support. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing with that is, understand when you coming, you don't know me like that. So when you coming at me, understand The energy gonna be the same sometimes.
You don't know me.
The energy is gonna be the same.
Yeah.
You know, don't mistake our kindness here at DopelivenTV. Don't mistake our kindness for weakness, because we don't never clap back like people clap at us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Hey, don't take my humbleness.
But we ain't no punks. We ain't no punks. And believe me, we have our platform is large. And when I say we the best, I'm just saying a lot of people know who we are individually and as collectively. And when you lose that support, you've lost a lot, okay? Because we know a lot of people. So continue with your MFs and all of that stuff. Continue with that. I'm cool with that. But understand what you're losing when you do that. That's what's on my chest. I'm talking about it.
Well, you know, I was looking at something today that kind of threw me. I was looking at the news, and down there down here in Tennessee, in one of those small towns, police pulled up on a dude, and you know, he's trying to stop him. You know, he's waving him down. Then finally he got to the glass, and the police officer hit the glass of his side of his truck. Oh, I pulled a gun on the police officer. I'm going like this. What?
I think I saw that story.
And you know, he just kind of let him do his thing, because once he pulled the gun, you know, police officer backed up and then pulled his gun. I'm thinking, boy, if he had been just a little bit darker, he'd have been looking like Swiss cheese. You know, that's what's so sad. Hell, they let shot people down here for mistaking a freaking cell phone for a gun. You know.
Yeah.
You know, so not more or less blatantly pulling a gun that you can see. And it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Sometimes I think about the crap you got to go through. You know?
Let me ask a question. Do you guys feel that Juneteenth is the same as it's been in the past?
No. It's actually it's a big thing here because it's farther south, I guess. But here, you know, I remember when they really started celebrating it, probably about really heavy celebrating when Big Boy done this thing and you know, started actually pulling people together. He had like maybe 200-300 people show up at the spot. You know, this year like 10,000 people showed up. So it's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting huge here. I don't know about GI or anything, but
is it understood? To Gina's point, I think, is it understood though?
That's the whole thing about having it here. You know, you gotta remember this was a cradle of a bunch of civil rights stuff, and part of it is education. When folks go up, they don't just say black folks show up; they say everybody show up so they can understand what people went through. You know, and I think that's a beautiful thing. A Big Boy, you know, he's like, oh, we can all just sit around here and have a big old barbecue and a gigantic concert, you know, but they just didn't do that. You know, it was a chance for, you know, entrepreneurs and education, and you know, still had the barbecue, you know, the big cookout and everything, and the entertainment, but it was education on top of all of that, and it was a family thing. Usually, something like this large is usually just adults. You know what I mean? That show. And you know, usually when that happens.
But Gina, why did you ask that?
I just don't feel it. I don't feel the same vibration, motivation that I have in the past years. You know, you could go on your phone and there's something somewhere happening on Juneteenth. I'm just not feeling that same, you know, motivation that's we've been having in the past. It just seemed like it's just dying out.
So
think about it. It's more commercialized, you think?
I don't even see that. I don't even see it commercialized. I don't see anything. Not here. I mean, you saying you see it in Tennessee, Mo, but I'm not seeing it here.
It's got a lot of momentum, and it's a good thing. Again, I'm 110% behind, you know, folks being educated about different cultures. What was absent that I noticed, you know, on most video clips is that Hispanic people didn't show up, and it probably was a reason why they didn't. You know, Not a good
For
reason. They probably
Juneteenth?
don't- yeah. I
Oh,
mean, we
Y'all
go to
check it.
Cinco de we go to the Cinco de
they
Mayo
better
stuff.
show up now.
You know.
Hey, little
They
bro
better
Tyler
show up
Penn
now.
said, why didn't I know about Juneteenth until I was grown? Black Wall Street as well. Every history teacher my whole school career sat in my face and lied.
Well,
is a lie too.
Hey, Tyler, I got something for you that I broke out the other day. A coworker, you know, I said, man, you know, because you know he's bombing back and forth, Israel and Iran, you know, all this bombing back and forth. And, you know, I said, man, they got Africa all messed up over there. He stood and looked at me dead in the face. Africa? I said, where do you think Israel and Iran are at? And he didn't believe we had to pull up a map to look at it.
Well, that's a good.
That's
That is a really good question that Gina asked, though, because
yeah.
Gina, I'm feeling the same way. You know, it's not like 4th of July, or it's not like, you know, it's not sensationalized enough.
But it was. It was.
Yeah, at first.
Until I'm thinking maybe maybe a year or two ago. Because I mean, I had a lot of people pulling at me saying, "Hey, can you, volunteer for this or participate in this?" I don't see a lot of that. I don't see a lot of people doing much. Not saying that there's nothing being done, but it's not as much being done as it has in the past.
Well,
I didn't know. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know about Juneteenth until a few years back. I know I should have my eyes open as old as I am, but I did not know about Juneteenth until a few years back.
Yeah, I'm with Tyler. They didn't teach me that in school. I was grown when I learned about Juneteenth. It wasn't something that was taught in school, but now we're going to get less teachings.
Yeah, right. And you know that is like, it's almost like you think about, well, why are they taking all that away? It's a lot of stuff that they don't want you to know. They think that these things that, you know, just like Steve just said, that a lot of people don't know that Egypt's in Africa. A lot of people do not know that that's where it's at, and that was one of the other things that was mentioned. That surrounds the Black experience and the Black culture. That's the reason why a lot of stuff is being eliminated. You got to remember, it's a big eraser trying to go to history right now. And
Tyler said, but you know, in that light, what else don't we know?
You'd be surprised. I mean, it's a lot of stuff being unearthed. A lot of stuff that was invented by Black folks. You know.
We didn't know.
That we didn't know about. It's recently coming to light, you know.
Well, we didn't know Christopher Columbus didn't discover America.
Oh, we were celebrating that.
We didn't know that because that's what they taught us in school.
That's what they taught us in school. But we're supposed to get rid of the diversity and inclusion stuff. In other words, all the Black stuff in school. We're supposed to get rid of that, but we're supposed to believe this Santa Claus, Christopher Columbus shit, you know.
And you know what? I don't understand what's wrong with the, combining the cultures. And that's what America is made of, different cultures.
Not the brown.
There's nothing wrong with combining cultures and teaching that. I learned, I took Spanish in high school for 4 years, but 3. How long were we in high school? 3 years.
Yeah.
For 3 years, and it was taught in high school.
Yeah.
And nobody came back and said, that should not be taught.
Exactly, especially our parents. You know, they want to know what people were saying. You know, and that's the thing. Again, it's not included in the fabric of America like it should be, although it's a part of the fabric of America. It's not being included, and it's being excluded instead of included. And that's my part of the included part. You know, I get kind of upset sometimes, but I can't let you can't let that run you over. All you can continue to do is educate folks. Let them know, you know.
But
Let them
again,
know.
it's real curious to me, and I'm with Tyler, man. You know, stuff pops up that we did not know.
Yeah.
So it's probably a world of stuff out there that we just don't know about.
Oh, you know it is. It's no way for us to know everything. And you talk, especially when you're talking about history and what happened back then, we have to go by what others are telling us and what others are teaching us. We don't know. We weren't there, you know. And it's just like that game where I could tell Greg one sentence, and then by the time it get to the 15th person, that sentence is totally different from what it started with. I'm pretty sure history is like that. There's probably some stuff jumbled up in there that is not accurate. But it's still, we need that foundation. Regardless, we need the foundation. We need to know our past. We need to know our heritage, and it's nothing wrong with that.
Well, a lot of people think it is because it's not USA, but USA is that. You know what I'm saying? That is USA.
But Mo, you know what? You think about now, things are so different now where there are so many mixed marriages, mixed relationships.
Exactly.
Where you can't just focus on one culture.
Nope. And that's not just black and white. It's some of everything, you know. I think about Jeremiah. He has about 6 different cultures in him, you know. And he's the dude, you know. He's my grandson, and I wouldn't, you know, change a thing about it, you know.
People always trying to define people and define what they want it to be to fit them, you know, and we got to stop that too, man. Tyler said, my best friend Nia Tafari Martin was a professor at an African prep school. They had the kids doing a review on Motown and Black Wall Street. That's when I knew I have to have my children in an Afrocentric private school.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Because they're not going to know everything. Once everything's said, no, they're not going to know everything.
And even at an Afrocentric private school, they ain't gonna know everything, but they're gonna have a good chunk of it. You know what I'm saying?
But we need to know about who we are. We need to know about who we are, and we'll get the you know the rest of the people. We'll learn ABCs 1, 2, 3, the English, and you know all of that stuff. But we need to know who we are. Period. What is that? Is that an elephant in the background or something? What was that?
That's the grandkids.
Oh, okay.
They're actually pretty quiet. It's 4 of them here, all 7 and under.
Okay.
Oh, you got a little fan right around in
there. So they're doing pretty good. They've been here all week. So even the shows I've been on, I don't think you could hear them.
Speaking of those shows, man, y'all got to give it up to. Hey, what's up, Amber, Steve, Tyler?
Hey, Amber. Hey, Steve.
We got to give it up to Gina. Gina killed through Wednesday, man. She killed that, boy.
You can't give me credit. Those authors, they were the ones who laid it out. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but
I didn't need a lot to work with.
Let's keep it 100, okay? You said 3 weeks ago, hey, I'm gonna need these 3 days, Greg. All right. And I'm like, okay, cool. She said, and she also said, Mo, y'all can take it. Man, I hate that I get these teeth because all of my S's are sounding funny. Anyway, she also said that y'all can take a break. And I'm like, cool. I needed it. And she killed the week, man. Okay, Gina. Man. And I called Gina. I said, Gina, you did the damn thing. Right?
It was so crazy. I was on there and they say, Mo, you so quiet. I was learning a lot of things.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you, and I said this in to these authors. I said as many times as because some of them it was their first time being on Dope Living. Some have been on here before 2, 3, 4 times. But I said to them, each time you're on the platform, I learned something new about you.
Yeah.
Each time. you know, and it's just like it just goes up, 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 up,
That's what
up.
I was just going to say. The growth is real evident from year to year on what Dag is doing, and it's a great thing to see the artists come on and tell you their experiences from when they started out to where they're at now. That
Mhm.
that's the part that had me going like this. This is getting big as That's why I was kind of
Hey,
in awe, and everybody was chill. They was waiting on me to start cutting up and stuff, and I was like, "Nah, this is y'all stuff right here. I'm gonna chill out. I might get cut up by the end of the night."
but Mo, I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
that's why I was quiet too. Wasn't I, Gina? I was quiet most of the show.
He was. I told everybody he couldn't speak.
At the end, well, she told me I couldn't read either. Okay, but at the
Mm-mm.
end of the
Couldn't
show,
read, write, or speak.
read, write, or do anything. At the end of the show, though, I have to say this: Gina does not. No, actually, I said it in the green room. Gina does not know. I don't think she knows the magnitude of what she's done.
I don't
All
think she
right,
did.
she's created a platform for the authors to, number one, get recognized. Number two, and I think it's the most important, network. Okay, with one another and other people, and she's provided them opportunities to be seen on more than just their block or
Yep.
on the page and everything else. She has allowed them to become an author. I mean, let's keep it 100. You write a book. You just because you wrote a book don't mean you're an author all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to promote it, and people buy your book, and people recognize who you are, and people understand your story and your struggle and your pain. Then you become a true author. Am I correct, Gina?
Correct. Correct. I know a lot of people who are writers. They've
There you
written
go.
books, they've written journals, they've blogged. And I'm gonna tell
Mhm.
you, blogging and journaling is writing. And don't let anybody tell you it's not. But writing and a lot of authors that came through DAG, they started off with blogging and they turned it into a book. So don't think that blogging is, different from writing. But if you're writing and you're keeping it to yourself and no one is not published, you're not an author. But I'm gonna tell you, those writings, you don't know who needs them. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
who it can touch. You don't know who it's going to uplift. And
And
that's the thing that a lot of these authors have seen. This book that I wrote is not just for me. Someone has said, "Thank you for writing this. I needed this. Thank you for putting this out here. I thought I was alone. I thought I was the only one going through this."
Right.
And it's something that you just shouldn't hide. Just like, people with other talents, people who can sing, people who can dance. Don't
yeah.
hide your talents.
And
Writing is a talent.
I was thinking about what you just said, and how many people don't write that they should, and then and having this outlet that we got with Dope Living TV and DAG, because I had this was a thing for me getting back, into commentating and radio and music and all that stuff. This is something that's helped me along as well, and then being able to help other people. I mean, it's just it kind of it goes with the Dope Living TV thing,
It does.
I mean,
But again, I don't think
blessed.
Gina knows what she's done, man. Okay, and
Mhm.
the fact remains that even though a lot of people still don't know, it gets bigger by leaps and bounds every single year. And I'm so proud of little sis, and we're gonna make sure it keeps going. Let me read some of these comments. So Tyler was, as we were talking about Juneteenth, we were the first seafaring people before the Vikings. We were referred to as Moors in Shakespearean texts. Have you heard of the reverse diaspora? There's no way the small amount of slaves that actually made it here supplied enough for us not to have already been here. Read,
Whoa. Go ahead. Say it with your chest. Go ahead, T. Say it with your chest, man.
I'm saying. Read When Rocks Cry Out by Dr. Jerome Butler. That's interesting, Tyler. That's interesting. What's up, Rachel? Should be on in a minute, y'all.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be on, okay? He said I was quite Quiet to Read the Room. It was the Lioness Den. Yeah, it was. It was. I tried to say a couple of things, Tyler, but as I saw the estrogen in the room, and then the it just was so much. It was so much love in that room, though, man. Each day. So yeah, she did her thing.
Well, I want to quickly share some experiences because I don't want people to think this is an easy journey. And and writing isn't an easy journey. And I want to share some things because when people get out there with their books, what do we want to do as authors? We want to get our books on television, a screenplay. We want to get it on, in front of millions of people. And so there's a lot of predators out there who know that is what you want. And sometimes when we have this desire, especially if we move without praying on it or we move without God, we have this desire to want these things. And so the first time somebody reach out to you and say, hey, I could get you to sell 300,000 books, authors' eyes light up. Wow, this is a good opportunity.
Then they
Be careful out here because what they're going to tell you what you want to hear. And sometimes we're blinded by our wants that we don't see that they're taking us for a ride. I have come across so many authors who have told me I lost $40,000. I mean, getting scammed. The highest amount that I've heard so far was like 120,000. And this was coming from someone who, someone reached out to him and told him they could get them on a TV series. And they gave these names, popular names that this author knew. And they thought they were stepping into something big when they got hacked. They lost their money. Not only that, but you will see also, especially dealing with DAG. And you guys, I share it with you all the time when I have people coming in saying, let me partner. We could do this, and I could, we could blow up. You guys know the stories, right? You know this. I've shared this with you, and you have to be very leery. And also the people who come in and they reach out to the DAG authors, and I just think it's disrespectful because if I want to reach out to your people, Greg, or I want to reach out to your people, Mo, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, hey, Greg, I want to see if such and such can do this for me because that's your person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I get a lot of people that go behind me and reach out to the DAG authors and pull them in to do things like joining in on their magazines and, getting on their podcasts and doing a whole lot of stuff, and they benefit monetarily from it. DAG isn't benefiting. We don't make any money with DAG. The little bit that we do make, we give it out in scholarships.
Yeah.
We don't make any money. And people think we make a lot of money with DAG. We're not there yet.
Well, that's going to change.
We're not going to be there.
Change.
We're going to get there. But we don't make any money off of this. And so to see other people pulling the authors out of DAG and not saying, hey, Gina, I want to tap in with your authors to do X, Y, Z, I think it's disrespectful. It's disrespectful because I've had people to come to me and say, Eva Gomez, for one, she came to me and she said, I would like to have your authors in my magazine. And if a few of them want to write, would it be okay? And I gave her the go ahead. Yeah, here we go. And I communicated and gave her information. Some of them, they had full page stories in her magazines. A few of them went off and wrote their writing with her. That's the way you do business. That's the way you do business. You don't go behind anybody's back and just pull on the people that they have. Because if they weren't tapping into DAG authors, they wouldn't have any. But it's just a matter of respect. To say, hey, is it okay if I do this? Or, I want to pull them here. And I get a lot of people saying, hey, I want to have DAG authors on my podcast. And I'm okay with that because it's fine. I want them to grow and blow up and be seen.
But show respect. You know, that's what I talked.
Exactly.
We talked about the crabs in the barrel kind of thing, man. They don't respect, but a lot of people know. Yes, we would love to have that respect, but we cool because we work around it. We cool. Bruce said, everybody want to go viral, but Dope Living TV out here going viral. Vibes, wisdom, winners. Watch one episode and you'll see why we said that. Hashtag Dope Living TV, built different. Appreciate that, man. Most definitely. We are built different.
Bruce is awesome. Bruce is awesome. What time is it where Bruce is at? It's probably like 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
4 in the morning.
Hey, Tyler said, make sure that that's in audiobook platforms. And Tyler, I try to stress that anytime I'm on there as well, to tell these authors, you know, you should have an audiobook as well. You know, go full service with your brand, with your product. Go full service with it. We could do a whole thing, you know, because one thing that I love about the group of people that we have is that we're learned in a lot of different subjects. Okay, we do different things. We have different things, and you can listen to us or don't listen to us. Like Relationship Roundtable, don't listen to me. I'm telling you for real. But if you want to talk about marketing and building a business and this and that, you got a group of people on here. You know what I'm saying? Group of people on here that have done this. I don't want to call it a failure, but we've done it. It didn't work at first. May not have worked the second time, but as we learned from the mistakes that we've made, we got it. So we're here. Didn't
I talk about that?
You did. We are always here to help. We are always here to help. We want everybody to succeed. But what we're not going to do is be forced to help. You're not going to punk none of us into helping, but we want to help. But you know, if your approach is different, if your presentation is not correct, we'll help you we'll even help you with your presentation. But you don't have to. We're not going to be bullied. That's not going to happen. We're not going to be bullied. And if you, my last thing I'm saying is, if you want us to do anything with you, we support everybody. But
and I want to add to that when you're done.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that is something that we have prided ourselves on, is support.
Yeah,
we support you. If you know, whoever you are, wherever you are, Greg and I have come out to different venues that have been, you know, having small business owners and things like that. We have brought on people on here to help kick off their dreams, and now they have gone on to, you know, higher pastures. But one thing that we pride ourselves on is that we are going to support you, and we're going to support you to the dying end.
That's it, man. Tyler, real quick before we go to Rachel, Tyler said, "Love y'all. I finally got tickets to watch Sinners. I'll watch the rest when the movie is over." Gina, that was needed, hearing those ladies speak of their author journeys. Thank you. Love, family. Love always.
You're welcome.
Little bro for real. Hey, we let it off. That was our talk about it Thursday, all right? Great job, guys. We did our thing. Now it's time for Rachel to do her thing, okay? We are sitting here in the presence of greatness. In the presence of greatness. This lady.
Oh, and y'all got my Juneteenth shirt on, y'all. Got my Juneteenth shirt on.
Don't raise it too high, Gina.
That what you think? Hey.
Still here doing this.
Everybody come on, do that again.
Understand, Greg is back. I'm back. All right. But she is an entrepreneur. She's telling people, she's literally pouring her life out to show people how to get from poverty to 6 figures. She had a seminar of sorts over the week, last week. You know, I couldn't make it. I wanted to, I could not make it, but she's doing some fantastic things out there, inspiring people, making entrepreneurs, okay, if you want to be one, okay? Because again, she's like us as well. She ain't gonna, you know, I'm gonna give you these nuggets, but if you take them, you take them. If you don't, you don't. Everybody say what's up to Rachel Gary. What's going on, Rachel?
Hello, inductees. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yes. We're out here on the Juneteenth. We're running around, but I always have to take my opportunity to pause and celebrate with the Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees. So we had to pause the festivities for a couple of minutes so I could have this conversation.
Cool.
Woo! Awesome.
So how was you guys' week already?
Yeah,
That was
look,
good.
how could it not be good, Rachel? How could it not be good? And we sat up here and we got.
Uh-oh. You muted, Gina. You muted, Gina.
I don't know what's going on with Greg, but while he's frozen in that state right there,
No, no.
go ahead and tell us about your event that happened on Sunday.
Oh my gosh, the event was it was magnificent. So it was the book launch of Hashtag Poverty to Six Figures. And I was utterly blown away just by the support and by the testimonies of the individuals in the room. It was an awesome thing. The host who introduced me, she wrote her own introduction, and it was very moving. Because I want to say this, guys, when I have these moments of reminding you who you are,
All right.
it always just comes back to that I'm just pouring from a cup of positivity.
That's what's up. Hey, can y'all hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, you delayed.
Okay, Rachel.
Yes.
I'm still delayed. Okay, Rachel, we were talking on this Talk About Thursday. We were talking about support. Talk a little bit about support for us.
I'm going to talk about support of Distinguished Authors Guild. So, as an ambassador myself, I want to say that the organization itself, before I was ever a member, people were reaching out and were supporting. People reached out to me. They would ask me questions. I would read their books. I was at the book fair buying books, having conversations with great authors, and heard some stories about trials and tribulations they had been through. It was an awesome thing. So support for me is, I've been being supported, and also I've supported. Because at the end of the day, without a collaboration, a group of individuals working together, success is a group effort. It's not just singular.
Don't
That's
just stop
right.
there. Don't just stop there. You got a lot to say about support, I know.
But I would say, like, for me, I just feel that when I'm dropping information or reminding people of who they are, that's me offering the support to raise you back up to the mindset that you are already looking to have. You already are saying yes, that you want more out of life every day, whether you think it out loud or tell another individual you want something more than what you have today for tomorrow. And when you're doing it, you need that upliftment, and that group of people where you have support allows you to feel uplifted always. So I'm very appreciative that I have the opportunity to have those conversations that resonate with individuals and allow them to raise back up to the vibration that they need to grow to be the CEOs of their lives.
So how do they manifest that support? You know, some people take it the wrong way. Some people call support intrusive sometimes. All right. How do you manifest that?
So for me, I am very I ask permission. I tell anyone, the first thing I say when I have something to add to a situation, I say, do you mind if I coach? Because I want you to be open to what I'm saying. And if you're not, it's okay. Because then I'll save it for a time when you're ready to accept the information. So for me personally, I always ask, can I coach? Or do you mind me? This is a coaching moment. Do you mind me coaching? On Wake Up CEO, I tell everyone on my radio show that if you're there, you're ready to be coached. If you drop a comment, you're ready to be coached. If not, don't drop a comment, and you could just be part of the commentary. It's okay. But if you're ready to be coached, I'm going to drop the information. And once again, that information is always just to remind who you are and who you're looking or who you're ready to become.
I like that. And I have a flip side of that question. I want to interject this in the conversation because I just spoke about predators. Talk about or give some points on how to avoid those predators, not just avoid them, but how to recognize them. You have a great support team. How did you know Bruce wasn't going to take you? How do you know the ladies that stepped in for the event wasn't there to just steal ideas or steal money or try to get something out of you?
So I would say this. This is for me personally. I learned this from my mentor, Carolyn Stevens. If everybody does not know Dr. Carolyn Stevens, she was here yesterday, and her and Greg had information about him not being able to read or write, but that's okay. That's neither here nor there. But but it goes this way. You must have qualifying questions. It goes to when you're clear on what you're looking for, you know what questions to ask. And that's sometimes when we don't have the clarity. Like I heard a similar story to Gina's story about someone losing $20,000. Now I'm gonna say these are and I am one, I'm not a judge, I don't judge people, but this is just something for people for future. When you are looking to spend money, time, or energy, you want to qualify those people, that person, that they are able to help and support you. Ask questions and look for those. And I'm going to tell you guys, we all get those moments of where we're like, we're apprehensive. And it's not an apprehension, it's more so where our senses are going off, telling us that this is not the right move. A lot of times we'll ignore those points where that person was not forthright with their information. Now I'll use for instance with Bruce. When we first talked, he did the work. The risk more so was on his behalf because he did the work and then he got paid later. Now what I have told him, and he does business a little differently now. He asked for half a deposit up front and half at the end because he'll do the work and he hasn't been paid. So it happened. So what I've told him is that that's a shift of understanding when you have value and making sure that person, you put up something, I put up something. You get half the work when you make half, I give you half. And that way it allowed him to find safety. But there are many people out here who pride themselves on scamming other individuals. Yeah. But if you are a person who's clear, you're going to get those qualifying questions and nail it. And I'm going to speak a little bit. As being an ex-leader, I did a lot of interviewing. I probably have hired thousands of people over my career. And I do mean thousands. I had to fill a whole building from the staff, from the cleaning, from the janitorial, all the way to the whole facility of a 15,000 square foot warehouse. I hired I think like 4,000 individuals over 3 shifts. That was managers, leads, supervisors, the whole gambit, and did the training. The first thing I'll tell you guys, if you don't know how to ask the questions, get the information before your money leaves your hand to another individual. Trust, but verify. And you have to verify before you trust with your currency, because that's energy.
Yep.
So I would say qualifying questions. So if you're looking, I'm going to say for authors, because right now that's the realm in which I'm playing in. There are many people who come to me and want to offer their services because they see me post a book. There's some people who say, I can do book promotion. But if you're not aware what book promotion really is, let's say that again. If you don't know what that means, then them saying that I'm going to put you on social media group, that's promotion. But clarity gives you this. What groups are you going to post in? What is the rate of engagement?
Mm-hmm.
Those are qualifying questions, because I'll say this personally, I am part of 195 groups that total over 44 million viewership.
Views, yeah.
However, a lot of those groups do not have engagement. So that means my post is being put in the group, but no one's engaging with it. So, but that goes to me being someone who is going to, I'm going to do something and try it before I hand it off. When I give something to someone, I give them a blueprint of what I'm looking for. I'm taking things off my plate, but I don't do, I say this, I don't allow someone to start talking to me about something I have no idea about.
Come on.
So those are things that, as a business owner, you must do your due diligence. And sometimes to do your due diligence, you must do the work first, so you can pass it off to someone successfully. Because if you're not clear, you might not even give them the clear instructions on what you want them to do.
Mm-hmm. The nugget's getting heavy now, y'all. The nugget's getting heavy now, y'all.
Listen, I'm being very transparent. There are many people. There was a gentleman who said, I could do a book trailer for you. I asked him, what does a book trailer look like to you? Because, and that comes from leadership, guys. That just comes from me being in leadership a long time. And when you're in businesses, and I was, like I said, I was in a lot of Fortune 300 and 400, 500 companies, 500 Fortune 500 companies. So they had a high level of business. When you're making $50 million or more, that's how you get into to be in Fortune 500 companies. So I was a high level manager or leader in those companies. So I was made privy to a lot of processes, a lot of decision making that a lot of people were not. So when I have those conversations, I'm having these conversations from years of experience of what to ask when someone's trying to do business with me.
I'm on the Fortune 2 company.
Your Fortune and who else is
one? 2 or 1.
I can count.
Oh, see, you done moved up some then.
I may not be able to read. or have successful orgasms like Dr. Carol and Steven. But
she ready to write that book too.
I'm gonna say this for the record. I love you, Dr. Carol. I love Dr. Steven, but that was something that could have missed my mind. I'm gonna be honest.
You can't unhear that, can you?
No, I can't. I was like, have you ever been sitting there and you want to press the button? That was me. I was like, no, but I just love saying.
Hey, don't. As a funny guy, don't give me that rope, okay?
Oh man, don't give him any material, y'all. Don't give him any material.
I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna use it. And she gave me that rope. I didn't cut her like I wanted to, okay? But Dr. Carol and Steve, she's doing her thing out there. We support you. Real quick, Rachel, how is your Juneteenth celebration going?
I'll say this. I celebrated by making more money. That's what I was doing for Juneteenth. I was doing what our ancestors wanted us to do. A lot of people were talking about vacationing, hanging out, and hey guys, I'm just this way. No harm, no foul. Our ancestors.
Tell us where you are.
Right now I'm in Schaumburg. We had some things that we had to do, and I had a meeting before a meeting at 6 o'clock that went over to like almost 7. So it was a good meeting. Good things to come. Good things to come. So I actually have acquired management to start helping me find venues, find speaking engagements, so I can be able to address the people who are really looking for help and support. So, so I've acquired management. I'm going to be on the horizon. There'll be a couple of joint ventures with myself and of a couple of great people. Jeff Relaford being one. Shaltavia Gill, aka Shay, will be another. So I will be stepping on some platforms where we're going to be doing some collaboration.
You done picked out some stuff that came from Dope Living. A lot of those folks came from Dope Living.
I mean, Jeff he's an awesome guy. He came to the event. He surprised me and showed up. It was a welcome surprise. Yeah, it was a welcome surprise. Him and I have been missing each other at events, and we had opportunity to talk and collaborate and have a conversation. So be on the lookout. There will be a collaboration coming soon.
Awesome.
But as I said, at the end of the day, it's about having great conversations with great people. And I say that the energy you put out comes back towards you. So if I say this, if you are looking to scheme and plot, usually scheming and plotting comes back your way.
Say it again.
It just does. It just does. I tell people I pride myself on being someone who's integrative. I do what I say I'm going to do. I show up when I say I'm going to show up. And when I say I'm doing something, I'm doing it. When I say I'm helping someone, I'm actually helping.
Right.
And there have been many people who have approached me to do things, and I had to say no to because I didn't see the same level of integrity in them. And for me to put my name with something, and it doesn't matter who you are, for me to put my name with something, I have to feel that you're going to be integrative with it.
Absolutely. Shout out to Jeff Relaford. He's an alumnus of Dope Living TV for real. I told him to do one thing. I told him to do one thing, and he did 13.
50.
All right.
He says you're his mentor.
He feels good.
That's little brother.
He feels great to do one thing. He do 50. That's what he got it from.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's a beautiful thing, Rachel. And every single week we appreciate you coming through. I know it's sometimes it's like, I know with me sometimes when I say I got to do this, man, and the way that we run, the way that we do business, the way that we are out there, we still got to take care of our health. We're tired. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for always showing up on Thursdays and giving us these CEO nuggets. And we love your salutation, and we gotta have it.
CEOs out there, if you guys did not know already that you are a CEO, you are the one who is clear in your actions, empowered by your choices, and owning your direction. I want you guys always to stay focused on your growth. Stay focused on being the best version of you. And until next week, right here on Dope Living TV, I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who? You. Until next Thursday, 7:30, right here on Dope Living TV.
All day long. I'm gonna have to get a shirt that says that, okay?
Yeah. Put it on the shirt.
Get three shirts to put together, okay? We gotta coin that. We gotta patent that, okay? Mo, what you got, bro?
Oh, sis. As usual. as usual. You always brighten up my day when I see you. And of course I always sit up here and I be quiet. Sometimes I don't be quiet, but for the most part I'm listening and paying attention. I learn a lot from you, and I appreciate you a whole lot, sis. I really do.
I do as well. Thank you, Mo. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Gina.
Hey, hold on. I got a question before we go. When is the 1,000 show?
What number are we on now?
He's keeping count.
Where we at?
We're about 970 something, y'all. We close.
Yeah.
We're looking at then probably September, October,
August,
November, maybe an after party, after day.
September 14th is my birthday, so it would be great if we could,
September the 5th.
We're gonna have some tanks rolling down the streets.
We got a lot of stuff that's gonna be going on, but we definitely are ready to celebrate. All right, definitely. Because
I just heard something really great. Did you say September the 5th was your son's birthday?
No, 15.
The 15th.
Okay.
15th is the day after Greg's birthday.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mine's the 5th. So
Gina, what you got?
Well, you know what? If you guys don't believe that the Success from Distinguished Authors Guild is legit, look at author Rachel Gary right here. She's a prime example of the success that comes out of DAG, and I can go down the list. Just talk to any of the authors, whether
We
they
can go
won or
Farrah,
whether
we
they
can go
were
Patricia,
nominated.
we can go Bobby, we can go BG, we can go Jay. I mean, we go. I can go down the list. We get Taylor Stevens
Down
because
the
she's
list.
an award winner. I mean, I'm just saying Shayna. I mean, let's go. I mean, guys, and these are your ambassadors. I'm naming ambassadors who are here supporting. If you go to any of their pages, you'll see books. They're not sharing their books, they're sharing each other's books. I
Right.
share their books. We are here to support you. Just know that. Sorry,
That's
G.
right.
I get so excited about it.
Come on out here November 7th. Meet these authors in person. November 7th. It's on a Friday. We're going to be out there. We're going to be celebrating these authors. We're going to have food. We're going to have entertainment. And we're going to have authors finding out that night if they are a writer, an author of an award-winning book. So, yeah, we can't
Let's
forget about that, y'all.
go.
That's the whole gist of it. Do you have an award-winning book? And I'm telling you, you're going up against some good books. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, man.
Be
Sing
prepared.
that song. Sing that song, girl. Why? Hey, we have to stay focused, everybody. Okay, it's great to celebrate. It's great to have fun. It's great to do all that stuff. We got to stay focused on our plans. We got to stay focused on our agenda, and that's where a lot of people, I think, lose. They lose the focus, and they're not intentional. I use that word every single show now. They're not intentional with their purpose. We have a group of people that, again, and the theme of this whole show today was basically, we're here to support, but we're going to support correctly. All right, we're going to support people that really, I'm not going to say deserve, because everybody deserves support, but has a plan to make sure that their journey continues on that great path. We're not going to support foolishness stuff. All right, and you are never, again, I'm going to say this again, you're never going to bully us into support. You're not going to bully us. Because we're in the positions that we're in now does not mean that we have to support you. We don't have to do anything. We choose to. All right. And at the end of the day, man, it's all about love. It's all about respect, and it's all about honesty. I mean, we try to make sure that we do that here at Dope Living TV, and with the from the leadership coach and author Rachel Gary. So that's us, y'all. And this is our weekend. And we're done for the weekend. And I think Gina needs a rest.
Can I interject one thing?
You
Is it
can say
okay?
what you want. It's your show.
Absolutely.
Let's
Okay.
go.
Hey everybody, I do have something special. If you are looking for growth and development, now let me tell you something I am doing. I am looking for 4 people to join me for a 10-month. 10 months. If you are ready to be intentional towards your success. With this will come #poverty to 6 figures. You'll have a monthly one-on-one. We will be going through the book of #poverty to 6 figures together and growing ourselves in a way. So as you are looking to grow, we're going to take the steps from the book and work together through them. So it will be a panel of 10 on the first Tuesday of every month at 7:00 p.m. If you guys are ready, legitimately ready to grow and legitimately ready to start, you can inbox me today. But after tomorrow, I will have a link where you'll be able to apply. I'm only accepting 10 people in each one. So 10 people for Tuesdays, first Tuesdays of the month at 7 p.m. If you're ready to go, let's see. Only for serious individuals. Only for serious individuals, because I am intentional about everything I'm doing. Intentionally helping you find that success that's within you. And you get a free copy of the book.
And you get a free copy of the book. Hey, shout out to the D Stark show they're on right now. So you guys go after you leave here, go check them out. Also, I had a great conversation today with Dallas, Texas, Foot Locker, because we're attempting to get the Dope Living brand out there. And there's 3 Foot Lockers that I'm talking to in Dallas, Texas, and then a television station also who's interested in taking this to the next level, this podcast. So we had some conversations. With every plan, with every conversation, it's not just, okay, yeah, we want this, yeah, we want that. There's different things that need to be talked about. And I'm here to talk about it. I ain't going yet. So, and when I do, we can have a talk. All right. But anyway, that's where, again, Gina, get that rest. Okay. Mo, get that rest. Rachel, you had your thing last Saturday. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Sunday. Get your rest, okay? And we're gonna be back next week, fresh and ready. We're gonna take a bath. We're gonna, do the mouthwash, all of that stuff, and get ready for everybody.
I hope we did that before we got here, but that's okay.
He does that once a week, Monday.
And the theme for the weekend. Thank you, Dr. Carolyn Stevens. The theme for the weekend is orgasms. Okay, this is Dope Living TV, and we'll talk to you guys.
Baby.
We'll talk to you guys next week. All right, peace.